everybody. Welcome to the Backbone Podcast, where common sense still makes sense in a world that is sick and only getting sicker. And, as we have the saga continuing with Nick Fuentes and Milo and Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson's pretty much gone. We have a train wreck of madness going on here. A train wreck by the name of Hunter Biden. Now, any news agency or journalist who would sit down with this vermin, this vile pervert, drug addict, whatever you want to call him, and take anything he has to say seriously, just to be in the same room with him, you have to be desperate for an assignment. This is a guy who has no credibility whatsoever. The allegations of what he did to a young girl, which I'm not going to repeat because they're sickening and you want to stay away from this guy. He's vile. This is somebody who's going to burn in hell, and rightfully so. Well, in this interview with Andrew Callahan, and he must be at the bottom of the list in assignments, Channel 5, this might be in, I don't know where this is, Los Angeles or Washington, Maryland, wherever. He makes some incredible statements about the First Lady Melania Trump. We're going to listen to the segment, and then we'll go into how the First Lady is going to respond to this. Here is Hunter Biden.
Epstein introduced Melania to Trump. The connections are like so wide and deep. Anyway, why do we think they don't want the files released? I don't know. I think John, that thing that John Heilman says is like a long time ago. I think is the most accurate kind of assessment of them, which is everything is projection or confession. Everything. So when he puts out that tweet and he says, Epstein now is the Russia hoax or the Hunter Biden laptop.
The laptop from hell, which the Democrats swore came from Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom.
Like, I wonder if it works. Do you know what I mean? When Epstein
All right, so there you go. That's 41 seconds, and that's all I could take of that trash. So he makes the claim that Jeffrey Epstein, we all know who Jeffrey Epstein is, introduced Melania Trump to Donald Trump. Now, the First Lady is none too happy about this, and she has issued a $1 billion legal notice to Hunter Biden, alleging that he made false, and I quote, false, defamatory, disparaging, and inflammatory statements about her regarding her connection with the disgraced financier Epstein. She is demanding that he remove the content, retract these statements, issue a formal apology, and warning of a potential legal action if he fails to comply in any sort of way. Trump's legal representation, his name is Alejandro Brito. She wouldn't get a WASPy attorney. Okay. He's serving as litigator counsel for the First Lady. He basically repeated what I just said, defamatory, this and that. And he's referring to the remarks made in a video interview that I just showed you that is all over YouTube, all over X, all over media. This interview was conducted in early August. The interview is titled Hunter Biden Returns. I don't think anybody cares whether Hunter Biden comes or goes. He should be under a rock, and I think the people that want him to go away more than anybody else is the Biden family themselves. He is nothing but a disgrace to any family. That family's all fucked up. But this guy just goes to show you what the black sheep is. He's the definition. He's the poster child of black sheep. Now, as you heard in that interview from Biden's mouth himself, he said that he alleges that Epstein introduced Melania to Trump. The connections are like so wide and deep. Brito described the statements as highly obscene, widely circulated, and have been widely circulated across platforms. He's also noting that the video has been republished by numerous other media outlets and journalists and political commentators that have big followings. I mean, what are you going to do? Hunter Biden doesn't have $1 billion. I mean, look at him. I don't think the Biden family is worth that much. I mean, they could sue him, but I mean, you're probably gonna spend more money in lawyer fees than you're gonna get out of this guy. You're not gonna get anything out of him. Brito, in the letter that he addressed to that he sent to Biden and his lawyer Abbe Lowell, according to Fox News, and I quote, "These false, disparaging, defamatory, and inflammatory statements are extremely salacious and have been widely disseminated throughout various digital mediums. Indeed, the video has since been republished by various media outlets, journalists, and other political commentators with millions of social media followers that have disseminated the false and defamatory statements therein of tens of millions of people worldwide." Brito asserts that Biden's source for this claim was a serial liar by the name of Michael Wolff. I wonder what tribe he's from, whose allegations appeared in the Daily Beast article titled Melania Trump Very Involved in the Epstein Scandal. These people are all trying to destroy Trump. They're trying to embarrass his family. And that's what they do. If they can't kill you, if they can't destroy you, they go after your kids, they go after your family, and they are just out and out in vermin. What has Melania Trump ever done to any of these people? She's the first lady. She's married to the guy. I quote again, "Given your vast history of trading on the names of others, including your surname for your personal benefit, it's obvious that you published these false and defamatory statements about Mrs. Trump to draw attention to yourself," Brito added. Brito urged Hunter Biden, I should say, to issue a prominent retraction of the video and all other false and damaging statements about Trump, noting that if he does not comply with these demands, and I quote, "Mrs. Trump will be left with no alternative but to enforce her legal and equitable rights, all of which are expressly reserved and are not waived." And this includes, of course, filing a legal action that is worth $1 billion in damages. Biden has failed to meet the deadline to comply with these requests, as per a source familiar with the situation. So it looks like we're going to see who's going to blink. But Hunter doesn't care. I mean, the guy's probably strung out. I mean, what's it going to cost him? He's a zero. He's got nothing to lose. And my whole question is, why put this guy in the news? Why does Hunter Biden have to be back? Well, it's because A, he's going to say crazy shit that's going to hurt or try to hurt Trump, as this did. And B, just as human beings, we love to watch a train wreck. And this is a train wreck right over here. He's mentally ill. He's disturbed. He's a drug addict. He's an alcoholic. He's a sex pervert. We've seen the pictures. That laptop, I guarantee that laptop has some of the most vile Sodom and Gomorrah-like acts on there. And he's going to get away with murder because, of his last name. Now, Trump can go after him. And they can sue him, and they'll probably win some sort of damages. Again, the $1 billion is not going to happen, but what are you going to do? You're going to embarrass him? He has no dignity. Look at him. He could care less about morals and dignity and virtue. He's not a man. This is a child who's looking for attention. And of course, the media, it's August, so there's not much going on. You know, Israel, Palestine, Gaza stuff, that's kind of, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's run out of legs. Ukraine and Russia has no legs. So it's a desperate time of the year. And unfortunately, when you bottom feed, you get that. Some guy attacking an innocent woman who probably never did anything. Didn't do anything to him, probably never even met him. And that's Hunter Biden, and that's Trump. But Hunter is not stopping there. Hunter is not stopping there. The train wreck continues. And now the train is pulling into the station for George Clooney. Biden is very upset with Clooney for betraying his, or as he would say, betraying his father before Joe Biden dropped out of the race. Biden has torn into George Clooney in that same interview, in a rambling, hate-filled interview. Sources have said that he's plotting to double down with more attacks. And rumor has it that Clooney, the Hollywood star, is worried what secrets may come to light. That's terrible news if you're George Clooney. If you trusted this guy, this maniac, with any intimate secrets, or you were partying with this guy, doing drugs, and hanging out with chicks, you do stuff like that at your own peril, because he has nothing to lose. Now, Biden took offense to Clooney calling upon Joe Biden to drop out of the 2024 presidential race. In a New York Times op-ed titled, "I love Joe Biden, but we need a new nominee," Clooney questioned whether the elder Bidens had the ability to win and whether he had the ability to govern for a second term. He was claiming he was not the same Joe anymore because of the cognitive decline. No shit, the guy shouldn't have ran in the first place, which was on full display for 4 years, and which was made even more prominent during that debate with Trump. They totally embarrassed this man. Biden, of course, drops out of the race, and that other lummox, Kamala Harris, took over the reins, and she lost to Trump, thankfully. But in an angry, expletive-filled interview with the BBC, Hunter said Clooney, and I quote, attempted to cut the knees out from the sitting president. "Why do I have to listen to you?" Hunter raged on BBC. I mean, what do you say to him? This is a boy. This is a boy. He's upset. His daddy lost. His friends betrayed him. He's pissed off. A Democrat Party insider revealed that Hunter considers George a misinformed interloper who kicked Joe while he was down and sabotaged the Democrat Party. He feels the world would be a better place if Joe were in office. Mother of Christ. And he's saying George wrecked everything. Now he's planning on delving deep into Clooney's history and shining a light on everything that looks remotely suspicious, from past relationships to business practices, even to his marriage to Amal. Everyone has skeletons in their closet, especially a playboy turned political big mouth, end quote from the insider. So this is juicy now. And this is what happens. This is what happens. These elites, and I hate using that term because there's nothing elite about them. When shit goes wrong, when everything goes topsy-turvy, when everything goes pear-shaped, they eat each other. They eat each other. And we're seeing that now. They destroy each other, and it's glorious to see. Glorious. Now, Clooney, back in 2012, has admitted that he has a sketchy past. There were rumors that he might be running for political office one day, which would be ridiculous. He did an interview with Newsweek magazine. That's not the most. It's basically National Enquirer, as far as I'm concerned. And I quote Clooney as saying, "I didn't live my life in the right way for politics. You know, I fucked too many chicks and did too many drugs." Apparently, George didn't really do well in English class either. Sources say Hunter intends to keep digging for dirt. An insider is close to Biden has said that, and I quote, "George is nervous about what Hunter could spill, and he should be. In any story that's remotely unsavory if any story that's remotely unsavory gets out, he'll have a hot mess on his hands." Still, insiders say that the Oscar winner Clooney won't stand down for the former drug addict. That source continued to say, quote, "George does not take kindly to being lectured by someone who's known to be a train wreck." This should be interesting because somebody in the Biden family is going to have to bring this boy to heel. He's out of control. He's lost his mind. And again, you can sue him, but you're not going to, what's he going to do? You're going to throw him in jail? That's not going to happen. He doesn't have any money. I mean, he can basically say whatever he wants. He is a lone rogue wolf right now. And the only thing he's going to do is embarrass the Biden name. And you can't do that any further because that family's a shambles. So my advice to Mrs. Trump, if she's listening, is to don't waste your money on a lawyer. What's the point? What's the point? This guy is a douchebag. He's a dirtbag. He's a scumbag. He will probably overdose, and no one will know. No one will care. No one will bother covering it because that's what he is. He is as devolved of a man as you can get. And it sucks that I have to cover this story, but again, I just wanted to take a break from the Fuente stuff. I was going to do something on David Justice saying Halle Berry wasn't woman enough to be the mother of his children, which is, if you look at her past history, he might have a point. But I figured this was a little bit bigger. All right, well, there's my 2 cents. Thanks again, folks, for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Be careful out there, my friends. As you can see, Satan is always busy. He bottom feeds too. Be a man, have a backbone, because common sense and masculinity are worth standing up for. And remember, if it ends in an ism, it's a mental disorder. We'll see you later.